never had a burning bush. I never had a clear sense that God came to me, as some of my students have had, and said, I want you in ministry, or I want you to be a pastor. Never had that moment. It was more of a growing sense over years that this is what I needed to be doing. I chose Old Testament not from the beginning. I went to seminary, of course, thinking I'd focus on Greek. I'd done Greek by correspondence and knew something about it, and of course loved the New Testament. But my first semester, John Durham was my Old Testament professor. And John was full of passion for the Old Testament. And he just brought the Old Testament to life in a way I had not seen before. And it got me pretty excited about Old Testament studies. And then, of course, I took Hebrew. And how can anybody study Hebrew and not want to learn more about the Old Testament? And so I'm fascinated by other aspects of the ancient Near Eastern world and how that impacted the life of the Israelites and the development of Scripture. And that gave me an opportunity in earning a PhD in Hebrew Bible and Ancient Near Eastern Studies to really dig into all of that. Dean Cogdell called me and said, we've got an Old Testament position coming open here at Campbell. Would you be interested in applying for it? And I did. I think you can ask anybody who's taken my Old Testament class, and they will tell you I can get pretty passionate about the Old Testament. Reliving some of Israel's stories, helping students see aspects of the story that they had not seen before, realizing how the stories in the Old Testament should and should not be interpreted or used in our understanding of the kind of life we are called to live in following Jesus. Again, an opportunity to use the gifts that I have in ways that I feel can be useful in the kingdom's work.